We definitely have to address the incident that happened with Badu and Tahiry.
Of course.
Now, there was a lot of comments, and this definitely sparked a greater conversation about domestic violence, as well as um, the two entities coming together. And I noticed that a lot of people wanted you to address Tahiry,
Right.
and you kind of hinted on it during Twitter. You said, unfortunately, that was cut out. You did
Right.
address her
Right.
in throwing different things at Bado. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. So it's, medicine is about timing and dosage, right? And so it's not just about the dose of the medication, but it's also about when you give it. So in a domestic
Mm,
violence incident, right? So, I don't need to give you my background. College, obviously, 4 years of med school, 3 years of psych residency after that, another 2 of child and adolescent fellowship after that, to learn how to handle these situations, right? And so the first rule in a domestic violence situation is you secure the premises, right? You make it a safe space. That means whoever is the aggressor in that moment has to be removed. Non-negotiable. That's the rule. That's the medical rule. That's the legal rule. So that's what we do there. Now, after that happens, and whoever's going to stay in the house is staying in the house, when's the right time to help? When's the right time to address their part in it, right? So that's the big question, right? Was Tahiry wrong for yelling and screaming in his face? Absolutely. Was Tahiry wrong for pushing that chair on him? Absolutely. Was she wrong for throwing those apples at him like she was a pitcher for the Yankees? Absolutely. But when's
okay.
the right time to talk to her about it, right? If a
Mm,
woman is in the midst of getting her face punched in, is that the time to go up and say, hey, you know what, darling, the reason he's hitting you is because you said that thing about his mama and you shouldn't have said that, so you just got to let it play out? No, obviously it's not the right time. Is the right time to address it, her part in it, when he's got her locked in the closet? She can't come out until he comes home, because that part happens. And do you speak to her through the closet door and say, hey, darling, you know what? The reason he's got you locked in that closet is because you were just not very helpful and you were a little mean-spirited to him before? No, right? But so in the aftermath of it, you address it quick enough so that she can make the connection. Hey, you know what? I was wrong, and I was very provocative in what I did. And this is the part I played in the cycle of violence. Because make no mistake, it's a full-on codependent relationship, right? There's the
mm,
escalation part that both are playing a part of. Then there's a big explosion, which we saw. And then there's usually a honeymoon after that. So, yeah, we addressed it with the obviously got it. This is not the first time she's been in that cycle. And she understood in that moment that, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm probably not the best person to be in a relationship with anybody right now. Just because I've got some unhealed stuff. I think one of the big things that happened that she was mad at Vado, right, for everything that was happening that day, but in a relationship, we're never really reacting to the thing that's happening in the moment. We're reacting to the thing that happened in the last 10 moments like that. So she was also reacting to the other 10 times she was about to get hit in any of her other relationships. All of those other heartbreaks, all of that came to bear. And I think the pattern struck her in the moment, and she reacted with rage, because in that moment she felt, hey, you know what, this is challenging what I think I know about myself and my worth and my value systems, and why does this keep happening? So she reacted with rage in that moment. And then on Bado's end, right, Bado's just a dude who fell in love with a friend, right? He was like, they knew each other from the neighborhood. He always wanted to date her, never had a chance. Now he did. But man, I saw what she looked like when she was dating Joe and all those other dudes, and she don't look like that with me. And so what's wrong with me? And so Tahiry helped him feel very devalued and very diminished,
mm.
and very humiliated. And when that happened, he reacted with rage. But I think they're both good people. That's not who Vado is. It's just not. It's not who Tahiry is. It's just not. But doing a bad thing doesn't make you a bad